made the decision quick. We're like, we're next to the
Aye.
Yeah, we'll give it to you.
abstaining. Is that the agenda?
That's a good agenda, you can vote, you can.
Agenda, aye.
Yeah.
Motion for the minutes?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Minutes approved. Communications?
Communication had a late meeting, our whole board was there this time, so they all got to meet the new director. I thought there were some good questions about the direction Lake's going in, he did a very good job of answering them, I thought, so.
We're going in a different direction?
No, it's just more what the board as a whole was kind of, he was very in tune with that. And some of the things that he brought up, kind of shot him down a little bit, and it was kind of, it was a good working meeting, I thought, so everybody got kind of their 2 cents worth in. Had that, and then I had Heritage for Aging yesterday, just financial stuff with it. And then I also had DCAT yesterday of Iowa Benton County. They are hosting family swimming days throughout Iowa County, North English, Williamsburg. They're also doing bell playing in Benton, which is the other part of the county, so the other part of their college, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, that was that.
Nothing.
I just had a discussion with the sheriff, but we'll be talking about that later, so.
Out of the county home, the water thing is still kind of on hold. We're just waiting for responses back from Starship Water about some things. And then also there is the main old well still out there. And I met with Nick and some of the guys out there to see if there's any way we can make that work so the county could get water out of the well for hydro seeding and for spraying. So I'm meeting with the well guy this afternoon to see. Their suggestion is maybe we can just put an on-off switch next to the well and put a pipe right next to the well until you fill your tank and shut the well off. Because there's no more, we can't find the pressure tanks. I think all that stuff got removed.
Well,
Meeting with Cambridge.
Vandy,
Okay.
so I don't know, if you don't have the pressure tank, how do you get the water out? It just pumps it
it just
straight
pumps
up?
it straight out. You don't have that, pressure for the building. You can't do it that way, put tanks back in. Otherwise, it's just, you run straight out of the well. And
I
it's,
wonder where they were at one time.
I'm guessing they're back in the mechanical room. I don't know if you've ever been out there where all the boilers and stuff are at, where the water comes in. And I've been calling people around, nobody seems to remember who took it out, so.
Wouldn't be in where the safety, where the health department
We
was
looked in
today,
there,
so
too.
nothing.
Found the breakers for it, for the well, but. So I gotta find, he said supposedly they can check and see if the well still works before we get very far into it.
So that would really give us some relief on,
Nick was all in on this, because that would be,
and
yeah, the engineer. Because they could really speed up pumping. I think it's, the well guy thought it could be like 50 gallon minute thing.
I think the hydro seeder takes 500 gallon, I think, a time.
Yeah, otherwise it takes forever to fill up the garden hose. And you can't, the way the water system is right now, they don't want you to fill anything up to do that.
Yeah, so we were gonna have to take out a gateway if you needed to.
That'd be the next choice if it's too expensive,
Yeah.
because it's something to do with the pumps, that you have to reprime them every time.
Oh.
I guess that's a real pain. I don't understand how that works, but you have to reprime them each time you want to fill.
the out of water gateway, if that river keeps running, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling them, you can't see the West Dam. It's completely covered.
Yeah, it's up, it's bank full, best it's looked in.
Not really thankful.
It's
Yeah.
bank full,
Mhm.
It's supposed to crest over 2 feet over flood.
yeah. It was every creek and every river was bank full from southern Minnesota all the way back here.
Huh.
It's coming. Well, it's interesting. Maybe we'll get that resolved yet.
Yeah, so anyway, I'm working with the water system out there, one way or the other. I think that's all I got. So I talked to Nick. Then I talked to the attorney a little bit, make sure he said questions about the easement stuff for the auxiliary, what do you call that? Legion.
VFW, yeah.
To figure out how he needs to word it for the sewer easement deal. Sewer easement in the library, so he talked to their attorney, and then they're gonna talk at a meeting. I don't know how that turned out. That was this week, I think.
Okay.
Do you, want me to text Rob and have him come over about 10 o'clock when we discuss that?
Why do we need him? We already discussed it last week and we said
Okay.
me and you would be on it.
Okay,
Yeah, so I was over and talked to him yesterday about it too.
okay.
So, yeah, unless we have controversy, then we can call him over. He said he'd be available.
Are we on a different page than last week where we thought John and I would be on it?
No, but it's.
Okay.
We want you to jump, we can jump down to that since we were starting talking about it, we have time.
Well, in my discussion with him, I mean, we guys have taken care of it. He thought maybe 2 supervisors, a sheriff, and maybe a deputy on it. We kind of talked about, do we want some community members on it? He goes, well, no, we're building a service for those communities. So just, he thought just us, and then try to meet in June. And just set up.
That'll give me enough time to get this so you missed it last week. I had the Department of Management working on the ULIT because they don't think that our opinion that came from our attorney was correct. So they are working on some stuff for me. So it'll give me time to get the answers.
But this is separate from that.
It is, but it still plays a role. You know what I mean?
Because
Like,
the cities are looking for prices.
yes.
Okay.
But eventually, if we do roll forward with something like that, then
That'd be like step 2.
yeah, kind of, because, yeah.
That's my opinion, because they want prices now,
Mm-hmm.
and what that is a maybe.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
We
so
still need to get going, yeah.
So he said like we just set up goals, and what he'd like to do is, like, just like you said, let the cities know well ahead of time, so we're not springing them on it.
At the last minute.
Yeah, and then he'd really like to see it get to be 3, if not ideally a 5-year contract, so we don't have to deal with it
So they know where they're at.
every year. And then he talked like the hospital was extremely interested in setting up 40 hours at least to start out with on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
It still amazes me.
Well,
They're getting busy.
But I mean, as far as needing one,
Yeah, they've got.
Yeah, they could, yeah.
I don't understand.
Mental health is what it is.
yeah, just on the weekends with mental health, I think.
They've got some-
Weekdays, they're hoping, I think eventually they may want 24/7.
You know?
But I mean, you have to have set hours, you can't be on call for.
No, but there'd be officers already in town and stuff, so they'd still have a responsibility to respond. And then we can get into it when we get in the committee, but I talked about, well, why wouldn't they just get their own security? Well, your own armed security, then you're getting into liability and training and all that stuff. And I didn't realize it is a pretty great expense just to set up your own security. It's even a greater expense to get like a security firm to come in and do it. And those security firms are harder and harder to get anyhow, so.
Okay, so
I know, so you guys discussed it, that's,
we'll jump down to number 9, and I'll entertain the motion of appointments.
Make a motion to appoint John and Abby to the law enforcement contract task force.
I will second that motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion passed. Okay, now we'll jump back up the other way. Liquor licenses,
Motion approved?
Second?
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Liquor license approved. Solutions Information Technology Service Agreement.
Lou approved it, right? Or,
No, I did not even send it to him.
Or is it Tim now?
oh, sorry, Tim. Gotta get used to,
It'll probably always be like,
and you don't even know what Tim we're talking
yeah,
about.
it's Tim's. We're not to have a Timmy and a Tim. Which one of them wants to be called Timmy?
I'll let you man have that question.
Do you want to cover it with
Maybe Timothy and Tim.
There you
the
go.
attorney looking at it?
yeah, we can do that. That would
I'll
stop.
make a motion pending the attorney's approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion approved. FY25 salary certifications.
It's all squared away, right, Brandy, everyone's?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion approved.
Finally, this. I'll make the motion to approve the secondary road union contract. Authorize the chair to sign.
Is there a second?
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion approved. Scheduled FY24 Iowa County proposed budget amendment number 3 public hearing.
I'd like to have it on June 7th at 9:45.
Is there a motion for that?
I'll make that motion.
Well, second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion approved. Oh, this is quite the deal. Former Iowa County Jail asbestos abatement active thermal concepts bid. So I guess every school, same as my do, they checked for asbestos, and I didn't know we had asbestos caulking.
I Googled that, and in the 80s, caulk did have asbestos.
I didn't know there was such a thing
Yeah,
Where's the caulk at then?
around the windows.
Just around the windows.
we had a sidebar for that later, but,
That's it.
yeah.
I think it's
it
just around the
is.
windows.
I think our hands are tied, aren't they?
Yeah, once it's been discovered.
We have to do it.
We have to do it.
But
But
there's,
you would know more than us.
yeah, but if there's just caulking around the windows, that shouldn't take a lot of residual.
$5,000.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what the quote was, $5,400
Should have gave me a bucket of putty.
for removal and disposal.
that's the same.
How much was it then?
Like 5,000 something.
I didn't think that was bad.
Oh, really? Like when they said just caulking around the windows, but we elaborated with windows.
Let's see how many windows right, Jim?
Yeah, I didn't know it's just in the caulk, but,
I can't imagine what it would have been if it was like all in the ceiling and stuff.
well, the floor,
The
you can
flooring,
tell that's
that thing's
$20,000.
I used to go in town.
Or that maybe caulk the inside of the brick was what I was worried about.
Man, that seems high, I'm sorry. You see this?
Yeah,
Is it the same company
It sure is.
that did the testing?
Yeah. That's a lot of money to do, remove caulking. I'd have to look at it. I've done that work before. And that seems,
You removed asbestos caulking?
yes, I have.
You're certified? You have to be certified?
Yeah, I'm thinking, okay.
Free?
No,
You don't have to be certified to do it?
no, I'm not
Oh, you're not.
certified, but we did it on properties that I've owned that I've demoed.
So what do you have to do? What do you have to send the caulking?
You put it in all you gotta do is remove the caulking, put it in a fiber barrel and take it to the landfill.
It's still in the landfill.
That's all you have to do. I wanna know that it did stint of it, because he's involved in it, and he knows what's going on. I haven't even looked at
Maybe
it.
there's a lot of labor having to remove the window to get in there to get it.
Exactly, that's what I don't know,
Because I thought some of the stuff got pulled out of it already, the bars.
yeah.
Is the bid broke down into labor and disposal or just?
It's just a blank.
I looked at it when I was in the package.
I mean, I'm supporting doing it, obviously, I'm just concerned about the dollar amount,
I don't have somebody I know that does it. To begin with, I want a second.
yeah. And again, when I did it, I was on the residence, it was a private residence, I had somebody come in, review it, tell me what needed, and then I did it. That way the fire department can come in and burn it down. I'll call Josh at recess.
Hey, Nick,
Good morning. How are you guys?
good, how are you?
this is a dream.
Living the dream? Well, we got, truck bids in yesterday, opened them up. George came through, looked at them this morning, went through them. I don't know if you guys wanna look through them or how you wanna do this. We had 4 bids. So this is for a single axle truck. Bid number 1 was a Peterbilt. And they would, 2025 Peterbilt, they would get us everything that we needed for $266,901. And they have a guaranteed delivery price of July 1 of next year.
Guaranteed price, you said too?
What's that?
Is there a guaranteed price, you said?
Yeah, the price is $266,901.
Okay, I didn't know that was guaranteed, or they can say we had a 25% increase between now and the time we get it.
Yeah, I always still have to work out that. I mean, I'm not fully sure how that all works, but
Just want to be sure.
yep. No, we'll have, to make sure that something's in that contract like that. Bid number 2 was from Gator Truck Center.
Gator, what do you say?
Gator,
Gator?
GATR.
And are y'all bidding on the same spec?
They're bidding off the same specs. Each one though has a little bit of different what they submit. That's why George went through them and has some notes here. If this one is a Cummins, and then it's a Mack only, but George says that that's okay. With this one, there is no snow package included. You know, they have a delivery date of, and they only did the chassis for them, and a delivery date of to be determined. So I'm just gonna go through the prices so
Yeah.
that you guys have them, and then we'll go through. So they're bidding a Mack, just the chassis for $154,985. And I should, okay.
Just the chassis?
Yes, not the actual box or anything of the snow equipment. We have to do all that ourselves. So just to give you some context there, the first one that was 266, their chassis was 135,000. The extras were 131 for the box. That's the stuff Henderson would do. So this 154 is about 20,000 more. Okay.
Okay.
The third one is from Western Star. And Western Star. So I go through George's notes here. Their chassis is 131, and then they have 131. Okay, yes, the extras, Henderson bid them all out the same for 131,000. Okay, so Western Star's chassis is 131,000 also, for a total of 262. And they, again, they really don't have a price or a time. They don't have a time, but they think they can have the chassis in by November. And, you know, Henderson then would be 8 months after that. So sometime next summer. And that's for a Western Star. Then the last one is a Freightliner. And theirs is for the chassis only, and theirs is 107,000 with no delivery date.
107?
Yeah. Without,
Freeliners are typically cheaper too.
and that doesn't have the snow package either. And so,
Does that 131 with Henderson, does that include the snow package?
I'm not exactly sure.
Because the only one that you said had the snow package was that first one, right?
Yeah, I don't really know if that's part of that extra attachments with Henderson or.
The first one's 262.
Very first one.
229.
So it looks like Henderson is,
The very first one, 266.
Henderson spec out the same price for everybody, so let's just go through what the chassis prices are, okay? Now, the Peterbilt is 135, the Mack is 155, the Western Star 131, and Freightliner is 107. And the way that I just read them is the order that George would prefer. So the Peterbilt is his go-to choice, the Mack second, Western Star third, Freightliner fourth.
The first one for 135 was a Peterbilt, you say?
Yes.
Yeah, which really are top of the line. Western Star I like too, my experience, but
And Western Star just got, or now they're kind of in
Are they
line with
merging?
Freightliner.
are they merging with Freightliner? I think they are, which,
Yeah.
yeah. I definitely wouldn't do the Freightliner on my experience.
The last time we did do Freightliners too, we had a bunch of issues right off the bat. Like, they were not, they didn't go great right from the start.
My limited knowledge, Peterbilt are always kind of the better ones.
And so I think George was saying this yesterday, Peterbilt is just kind of getting into the single axle dump truck space, but they haven't really. So he likes that one, and it's got the delivery time and all that. And he said, you know, the Mack wouldn't be terrible either. We do already have 5 of those. But again, we don't keep parts in stock, so different year, it's gonna be, don't look at how, I was like, well, you already have 5. Do you want another one? He's like, because I really wouldn't look at, you know, the part crossover on there. And they are, you know, it is 20,000 more, but I said, don't look at that. You got one trip to the dealership.
When did you say the delivery potential for the Peterbilt would be?
Next July.
Next July.
So that looks like that would be the soonest. Looks like everybody can get their chassis in November, and then nobody really kind of wants to commit to when Henderson will have it done. They did put July. So, yeah, we're gonna be spending, you know, roughly 266,000 on a single axle. It's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Minus insurance.
Minus the 50 or 60 grand for insurance. Trade off or trade in.
So budget wise, how do you feel next year going into it?
I mean, it is what it is. You know, we're gonna keep getting new equipment. We're gonna have to buy this at some point, right? It's a lot of money, but we're not just gonna switch over to buying all 10-year-old used stuff. So, we'll make do.
You'll make it work.
Yeah, make it work.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion for the Peterbilt. I'm sorry, it's not on the agenda. Oh, we can't do it?
We didn't put it on the agenda.
I bet you can't do the truck bids.
We can't?
Well, I mean, technically speaking, I don't even think you guys need to make a motion. I can just go, it's equipment, I can go buy it. So as long as you guys are happy,
The consensus is,
yeah.
I have to abstain from the conversation, so I don't have to do that if it's in the minutes. I can explain later. I can't have a say on this, I guess.
Well, I'm for the Peterbilt if, and George is on top of it, but what's everybody else
I
saying?
agree.
I agree, if it's a dependable machine, like you said, 1 or 2 trips to the shop is gonna be the difference in what you're saving, so.
And then
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because it's equipment, we don't need them.
And then the other can of worms, you wanna bring that up?
Which one?
To get you to next year? Or did you change your mind on that? I met with Nick yesterday, we opened up the bids. We talked about calling Mount Vernon, Marion.
To get, okay, yeah. So obviously then this truck doesn't get here till next year. We'll probably have to, like we had talked about earlier, you know, we were trying to put in a bid to get one of Marion's single axles a couple weeks ago so that we would have something to get us by this winter. So I think Marion still maybe has a couple more for sale. We might call up there next week, see what's going on. But we'll probably have to buy some sort of equipment to get us by this year and then like trade it in
Trade it and get
next year. So the good part, if we do find something through Marion, like I think the last one went for like 12,000. As long as it runs through the winter, you're not gonna lose any money on 12,000.
No.
So we're gonna have to do some patchwork for this winter, go buy a piece of equipment to get us through.
Just a single axle done.
Yeah.
For 12.
That's what the last one went for, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could probably, that has no equipment on it too and everything like that.
As long as it runs through the winter.
Right.
Okay.
Scrap it out for 15, right, like, so. The bridge over on H Avenue that our guys did, it is now open. We did the initial inspection. I got everything, submitting that all to Sims, so. But go ahead and feel free to drive over it. So then the crew went from there over to I Avenue just south of 212. We're starting the bridge there. So that is now closed and we're getting that taken out. The bridge over by the castle, they're still going on. Should be able to probably pour the railing next week. And then V66 out here, they're in the intermediate layer. So they'll be doing that today. And then next week, they'll do some shouldering and some fillets. And then later next week, probably they'll come through and do the final surface lip. So, just to give you guys a heads up, and that's how it goes. They're gonna do some, pretty much stop the paving and then come back to the paving. Contract rock is all done, so now they're prepping for dust control. I believe dust control the 24th. I think we told everyone that they could spray. Is that right?
Well, today is the 10th,
Yeah.
that's 2 weeks from today, yeah.
And somebody's coming in, one of them's coming in like June 5th, though. Everyone else is coming in around the 24th.
So they're released for the 24th? Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what, I think it's the 24th. So some spotting of the rock and the bridge crew. In the office, we had, it's the SS4A meeting. It's, don't worry about it. Some of the grant stuff that they submitted through the state last year. We don't have our meeting with the state won't be until next March, so not a big deal. Matt's putting together some extra bridge plans. Ryan was setting up the lab this week, getting everything moved over. We'll try to clear out one of our other sheds next week. Josh Humphreys did submit that storm shelter stuff to whoever it is he submitted it to.
To get the grant.
Yeah.
Great.
And then next week, they're gonna come in and do the pavement striping. And can we get it on the agenda for next week, the bridge embargoes? I have 2 bridges that will need to be lowered. One goes down to 3 tons, but it's scheduled to get fixed next spring, so.
So the bridge by the castle, like on schedule, behind schedule, ahead of schedule?
I think right on schedule.
I was trying to tell them about the water situation. I told them I was gonna meet the guy this afternoon, hopefully. How that would benefit you if that was rigged up.
Yeah, that would be good. And, I think, Harley was out here helping Dave pull some water this morning, showing Dave how to run a pump. So.
Yeah. So is that filter at all? Do you have to worry about like algae plugging up the houses in general?
Not gateway so clear.
Yeah, not out here you won't.
Right now?
It stays clear the whole time.
Does it?
Yeah. That's some of the best water you can probably find around.
That comes right, does that runoff water or does that come out of the river?
Most of it's just seeps up.
Filtrated.
So it seeps up from the river, comes up.
Through the
Yeah.
sand,
Yep.
base of sand point.
Yep.
Nice.
So it's really filtered, that's why You know, West White Water has those marathons out there to swim through, because it's clean water to swim in.
You go and drink it.
Or not.
Maybe, yeah, maybe not.
It's like the fountain of youth when you're in there. I've never been in the sand pit.
I played Oregon Trail when I was younger. I died from drinking bad water.
That's what now.
That's when you had the little dots on the screen as I played it.
So do you want to jump up and down and do a dance jig on your news yesterday or not?
Well, I mean, it sounds promising, I want to jump, but,
We know it's gonna get signed.
we hope, yeah, we hope,
I knew we'd make it.
huh?
I knew we'd make it.
So,
I think you ought to, I think we ought to announce it, I mean.
Well,
I'm
I think-
cautious, I know, but I'm excited
Yeah.
about it.
well, she said June sometime, I think, right in that email, there's gonna be signatures and stuff. So, let's just wait. Cause
Hurt the enthusiasm a little.
Yeah.
Well, they kept coming back with like, well, I need more, and it's not because of us, it's because they have, you know, how many representatives are there? You know, 435 in the whole US. Each one has 15 projects. So they're always coming back with more information. Well, is this, have you done this? Have you done this? And it's not necessarily pertaining to us probably, but the whole. So I want to make sure that, you know, we somewhere, I don't want to tell everyone and then find out like we don't have the appropriate signature somewhere, which I think we'd be able to. But there's a lot of paperwork that goes through with this, so until we get a little closer and 100% confirmation, we won't get too excited, but it sounds promising.
Congrats. Very nice.
Good job.
Nick, will you be on the 24th?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's a holiday.
So you won't be here?
Right.
Will we have a meeting the 24th?
Just your holiday? It's your birthday,
And New Year's Eve, I think is what that day is.
Christmas Eve, I think.
National,
Christmas Eve.
Because you guys work Christmas Eve, right?
National Engineers Day.
That's every day.
Actually, so 20th is Memorial Day this year, right? Is that right?
No, it's
27.
27, okay.
Scare them like that. I gotta write a speech for it.
All right, well, thank you guys. We'll start getting that truck going.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
Yep, have a good weekend.
Press it. They're over there for you.
Oh, I got a big crease in it.
Mine's kind of wrinkled here.
Yeah.
You want another copy?
These are crinkled too.
If your truck bids on it,
Geez, real professional.
I've been framing these and hanging them in my
I
place.
take them to school and show kids, this way you can be something.
Hey now, personnel committee's in here, I don't want to write your ass up.
Well, you just swore at me, so.
All right.
Wait. What? Alan, you wanna, since you're ahead of schedule, you wanna make a break and make your call?
I text Josh, he's on asbestos kid going to Des Moines. So he said the only asbestos is 6 or 7 windows that are on the outside of the coffin, that's it. Do you know what it looks like? Do you know where it's at?
I have no idea what it looks like. They just say there's asbestos in it.
It just seems like $5,600 is an awful big chunk of change to pull that off. I'd like to go over and look at it after the meeting.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's actually, I thought it was gonna be more.
You thought it'd be more?
Yeah, I thought it'd be more.
More asbestos.
No, more expensive. Because usually the asbestos abatements are.
We're just wondering if there's a lot of labor involved.
I doubt it. It's probably,
It's just because it's asbestos.
exactly. Just because it's asbestos, I mean, they're gonna charge whatever they feel like. I mean, I don't know who else could even take out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you want to make it a second bid, but,
I do.
I think we should.
which is fine, but just, I wanna make sure we know that before we
Yeah.
end this meeting.
Yeah, I will secure a second bid.
Okay, so you're gonna reach out?
Yeah, I will, and I'm sure these are reputable. I have no problem with it, I just want more than one bid. 6 windows to take caulking out of seems extraordinarily
I
high.
think if we get another bid too, constituents have
Yeah, they might be
questions,
satisfied.
we can say it's valid.
It's a specialty project, you have to be certified, commercial, there's a lot of work involved.
How do you get rid of it? Is it
It goes in a fiber barrel and it goes to the county landfill. I sell fiber barrels to every large asbestos company in the state of Iowa.
Okay. I don't know, yeah, we can go look at it after the meeting.
Okay,
Because the gas and power was cut off on, well, Wednesday, and then Windstream has one line left, but besides that, it's ready to come down any day now. Depending on how fast we can get the asbestos out of there. And then,
And so when you ask for another timeline too.
Yep.
You don't wanna wait till fall.
no, I mean, we're already a
no, I want to get it
year
done.
and some change behind already.
Let's get it done.
And then the phones at the engineer's office. I keep on trying Gordon Flesh and I get the same answer about people that, he has told people to get a hold of me and no one's got a hold of me about coming here to set up phones. So the likelihood of them not having phones until we get the new phone system is pretty great. I mean, I would say that's probably what's gonna happen.
When's the new phone system coming?
July, it's in next year's budget.
What are they doing for phones now?
No,
Cell phones.
yeah, cell phones.
So they just have an automatic forward where somebody calls the engineer's number and goes to them.
So nobody can call the county engineer's office right now.
Nope.
Well, that's not acceptable.
Couldn't you set up a call forwarding from their?
Yeah, you have to get a hold of Gordon Flesh.
Are we under contract with these guys? Gordon Flesh?
We just rent the phones from them, and I told him that
We just left.
we rent the phones through them, and part of the rental of the phones is their service, which is no. Because we went through the same thing when they were taking the engineer's office down. They said, yeah, we'll get there, yeah, we'll get there, yeah, we'll get there. They never showed up, and they tore the building down, and then the guy tried blaming me.
Will you forward me Steve Schmidt's contact
Yep.
information?
Okay.
Thank you.
And he's gonna tell you, I'm gonna warn you, he's gonna tell you that he's just a sales guy and he can't do much, but he's sending emails out to people, which I think is a load of horse manure, but
Well, then give Alan the contact of those people that
Mhm.
we can't contact them, then that's Alan's contact.
well, it's just frustrating. And I told the guy, he was asking if we wanted to get new iPad phones, and I said, well, not for you guys. And then he was explaining why they didn't get a chance to visit his phone system, and I said, well, simply because you guys are not very good at what you do. And then
Send it to me.
I'll send you that guy's phone number. And then, so part of the security meeting on Monday, one of the recommendations that they had was to lock the west doors at all times and have it be an employee-only entrance. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I know some of the girls have expressed concerns about how they would feel safer if the west doors were unlocked or locked at all times. So every employee has their own PIN number, so when they go out to lunch, they can get in, all they have to do is type in the PIN.
I like that idea.
I don't understand how that makes it any more secure.
Well, it's just another point of entry.
You reduce your point of entry, you want to funnel your public through the front door and out the front door.
And we really can't narrow it down to just a one door. I mean, we can. We can narrow all the public down to the south door because you have to accommodate the handicap, and we only have one handicap entrance.
No, we would not want to do that.
Yeah.
What Josh feel?
I mean, Josh Humphrey said he would recommend it as well.
Are those, all the accesses, are they cambered as well?
I believe so, yes. I know, yeah, yes, they are.
You want to public come in the west doors?
More than you think.
Yeah, must be, because I wouldn't think anybody did.
And obviously, you
Where do
know,
they park? Where do they park? It's coming to West Door, where do they park then?
Probably that.
right in the middle of the alley.
Yeah, we need.
Well, then maybe that would stop that then.
Yeah.
Well, and this all came about during the window and door project, when we had the front door closed and everybody got used to driving around. But I don't know about you, but if you drive past the courthouse now, front doors are open, but people still pull around back.
That stops that thing.
I mean, it's simple, all I have to do is go in there to that door and erase the schedule. And download the program.
I think it'd be a good idea.
Yeah,
Should we put, do you think there should be something, I don't think put anything to paper, anything saying that, put a, so,
sign employees only, and
Yep. So sign employees only.
go from there.
did we decide to get a sign for the front doors that say, use this door, we're not having?
I don't know,
We're not having a problem with that?
no,
So you put on next week's agenda, because I'm assuming since the board's courthouse or whatever, we're in charge of it, probably have to make a motion on that, I would assume. Maybe.
Was there any opposition from any of the employees in the courthouse to having that back door locked?
not
Back
that I
entrance
know.
locked?
All the department heads were there at the safety committee, none of them had a problem with it.
This day and age,
Where do our employees usually park?
In the alley or out
So
front.
do we want to designate employee parking as well?
Well, I mean, see, the problem is you can put an employees only sign by the driveway back there. But then our only handicap parking is around behind back as well. And people don't pay attention to the signs anyways, because it says one way, do not enter.
So I guess they're gonna figure out when they can't get in that door, they're not gonna park back there.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Especially,
You put a sign on the door that says employees only.
so I mean, we can go about it 100 different ways.
Okay,
That was just one of the recommendations that's not gonna cost the board.
is it the consensus of the board to do that?
Like, yeah.
Do we need to put it on the agenda since it's kind of
So
changing?
make it a motion item?
What?
You want to make it a motion item for next week then? Is that what
That's
you're
not,
saying?
I feel like we should, don't you think?
I think we should, that way that if the agenda is posted in advance and anyone from the public would have any strong opposition to it, gives them that legal opportunity or notification in advance.
Okay, put that under other next week, please.
Tell me what you want.
This day and age, I think
Courthouse
it's smart.
security, west door, employee only.
I think it's a good idea. Does all the jail staff and the deputies, they all have a number as well?
They'll have a number.
Because if there's an emergency, they're gonna have to be coming through that door.
Right, yes, there is,
And they bring prisoners through there.
there is a code for the sheriff's office, yes.
So they all have the one code, so they don't each have an individual code.
Right.
That's a good idea, because if they need to get in there in a hurry, they're gonna be coming from that way.
Right. And like Ben Gray, I talked to him, he has a code, and the fire department as well. But then I was talking with some people on the fire department, and they're talking about putting like a knock box at every public building, basically. So, you know, it's a lockable box with a key in it, so if there ever was an emergency, it was unlock the knock box.
Yeah, it usually has a key and a map to the place and information about the places in the knockbox.
And they're talking about maybe doing that here at the courthouse, so.
I don't know, well, we'll get to decide that, because I know that opens up security issues also for us.
It shouldn't, because there's, that good, like in all the bigger cities, they all have them. When I was going through Boston negotiation classes, that was the first thing they would do, is go to the knockbox and get a diagram of the building. It was for security and safety, so fire department knows where the rooms are, they know where fire extinguishers are, they know where exits are at, so.
So I don't know
I'm on the fence. On that part.
what,
If we're locking everything down, you have, every fireman can get into it.
Well, you usually just give it to the chief.
yeah,
They don't give it to the whole department.
That's what everybody in the department has. to
Have a
do.
party in the courtroom or what?
It's usually like a
Weirder
knock,
things have happened, trust me.
the knock box would be alarmed as well, so if it's opened, it would go to the sheriff's office
Okay.
that somebody opened it.
Okay, I feel better with that.
Yeah. And then, the last thing is the health department project, remodel project, whatever you wanna call it. It's finally done. So,
Let's get the doors up.
yeah, the doors are getting hung today.
Yeah, the-
But,
Well, they say I was stopped down there, they didn't want to do it all the doors.
the one behind Emily's,
Yeah,
that could be a later date.
so that's supposed to be part of it.
I mean, we can still do it. It's not a big deal.
Mark has, changed stuff. He's not responding to me in the sign for that front door either.
Go.
All right, so down, take a look.
Should know.
Sign for the front, with sign.
The one that says Iowa County Courthouse, 1892, whatever, where they got, it's in the, over the front door, the double doors to the entrance.
Are you talking about the ones that are part of the project?
Yeah,
Okay.
They wanted to not do raised lettering, just do some flat stuff,
yeah,
right?
they wanted to do some vinyl lettering, so we're doing vinyl on it.
Well, we-
$1.7 million expansion for,
I didn't realize, I guess I overlooked that. Oh, how much money are you spending on that?
that's part of the bid. It was all part of it.
But if we're making it less efficient, we're gonna put something else on top of it.
Why?
So like it was before, remember how it sit up there?
We had to sign up for.
It was 3D, yeah.
Yeah,
There's three jobs.
It'd just be a raised letter, so.
What happened to the old
there was
sign?
like a banner looking window
I think they-
above the door.
Threw it away.
Did that one go back up on top of it?
No, that's, the old one's actually too big for that space. So, yeah, I don't know what you want to do with the lettering. To me, I say we,
I just let everybody know, he's supposed to follow up on it, yeah.
Well, I saw Mark at a meeting yesterday, I didn't get the next one.
besides that, I mean, they still need to put the blind in the courtroom as well.
Yeah, we need to get on.
I haven't
We need to
heard,
get this finished.
I haven't heard
We need to
anything.
get those blinds ASAP, because when it gets hot out, it's gonna be bad.
Really all-
Would we like to have Mark Miller come to the board and do the final closure?
You almost need to do another punch list. You almost need to do another punch list
Yeah,
with all the stuff that's still, all the loose ends yet.
Make sure all the windows are working yet.
You got,
Michelle's window still isn't working?
Oh, no.
you got time after the meeting to go through?
Possibly, yeah.
Do you?
I know like the lock on Michelle's window. And there's a couple that when you lift them up, they halfway fall down.
Just wait till about the middle of June when it's a little warmer, make sure everything swells right like it should.
Well, you gotta get on the
It's
shade.
better than the guillotine.
Yeah.
You know, the judicial services, they thanked us for getting those shades, and we still haven't gotten them yet, so we need to get them.
All right. That's all I got for you folks.
Hang some blankets in front of them.
Or we just do the plywood like.
We don't have curtains, the blinds are not in the,
No,
In the courtroom.
that's been, how many months?
Well, I think that was back in, would have been December when the judge was complaining about it.
Yeah.
It was wild, it was
Imagine what it's gonna be like in June.
blinding.
Yes.
And I say, when Mark Miller comes here, you walk him around to every window that has a problem.
Yeah, I had a meeting with him in Williamsburg at one yesterday, I should have brought it.
I mean, we can walk around today, but I say, we bring Mark Miller down here and we go to every single window. Cause you know, he claims that they did that before. Well, if they did that before, why is all this stuff happening?
Well, they did come through and fix something.
They did.
There was some of those ballasts were hooked up right, things like that. They did that.
But it seems like there's just even more problems now.
You think if the window isn't staying open, that's obviously a ballast problem as well.
I would assume.
How'd your attic cleaning done?
Haven't even started.
Oh,
Waiting for you.
oh,
You got free time? It's been raining a lot, so I
I
know.
know, I guess I could come over and help you some days.
Huh? Anytime. I'm available.
Wait till about 95 outside.
110. Build a ramp off the top of the courthouse, and throw stuff in the dumpster.
There you go.
What's the name of the gal? I'm so sorry, upstairs in the district court.
Julie,
Thank you.
I don't even wanna, and it's trying to,
Hessness.
I don't even know how to last name.
You can make a ramp like you did for the old jail.
That's what I'm talking about, right on top of the courthouse. Right down to the dumpster.
Is there a window up in that area?
There's a roof access.
You might want to make it like a spiral one, so then you can charge for rides.
Right.
I don't know how much a lift would cost to rent.
Oh, boy,
But you got the elevator though, so
yeah. I don't know like how they got them old.
you want to get like a cart that would fit in that, like one of those flat carts like at Menards that you can
Mhm.
stack stuff on and just, yeah, one of those.
I did not.
Well, when you guys go on your next field trip, see if they got one.
That'd be
You and
nice.
Kevin.
We have field trips all the time.
They did have stuff like that one time at Big Cart. They does,
Just watch your capacity, your weight of what you're putting on the.
Oh, on the elevator, yeah, yeah, definitely.
Is this a patio? Do you remember they had those big, like dumping cup things?
I think like a flat one would be
Like
better,
when you could go around and dump your garbage cans in, they had some of those at one time.
or even a pallet lift,
Mm-hmm.
if you had a
Oh,
pallet,
yeah, apologize, yeah, that.
had pallet jack. That was what you just stack stuff on a pallet.
I got plenty of pounds.
So do I.
Really?
The only thing is, can you get a pallet out that basement door though? The handicap,
Oh,
the handicap door?
yeah.
What is it, 38 inches?
Oh, at least. At least.
Okay, any other questions for Dylan?
You got ones with motors that you don't have to put it.
That'd be- All right, am I dismissed?
Yes, sir.
We set a date yet?
The yard, your fortune is all the rain, it's really looking nice.
I know I haven't had to really watch the sprinkler around much.
It's good. It was perfect timing. It's
I
down
know.
to rain.
Rain at just the right time.
Yeah,
And it's staying cool at night, so
yeah, absolutely.
hopefully by middle of June, I'll mow it. I already told. I don't know if Ben Gray's joking with me or not, but I told him I ain't mowing it till the middle of June.
Yeah, don't get in a hurry.
Well, he said he's gonna put a grass ticket on the front door of the courthouse. I told him he better have a big ticket, but.
All right, well, you give me the answer, you set a date yet?
No.
You and Jack can do it together.
Hey, I like that.
You just got it done.
Be cheaper.
You got engaged this weekend, so.
See you guys.
So, yes.
Certificate of adjustments, 3 parcels.
Make a motion?
Second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, say nay. Motion approved. Items for considerations for next week's agenda. Does anybody have anything at this moment? Maybe check and see what we have already.
We have Nick and his Bridge embargo, Adam, his update, and the grass, security license, walks for free. Only discussion under other, that's all I have.
Motion to adjourn.
So-
Do you need to do a field trip, where they're gonna go on a field trip and then decide on the?
No, because he's good.
So as far as I've talked to Josh Humphrey here on the text messages back and forth, I'll read off what it says. So the return of asbestos company with the bid extended a 10-day official notice required by the DNR before they start, as soon as you all approve the work. He said Miller's still planning to start beginning of June. I respond, okay, we're just thinking that's a lot of money for the scope of work. Thoughts on additional bid? He says you can. I think the reason is so much is they have to fight the bars on the windows.
Ooh,
So that, I didn't give that any thought on that. He said, anytime I've ever seen anything related to asbestos, it's expensive, stupid expensive. And I said, that makes sense. It is crazy expensive for sure. Says, I'm not sure what disposal costs on something like that, but that may add to it, and the tieback suits and all that. He said, I asked Bushon to call that company they've used in the past to see if they'll provide a quote without doing another inspection. Some won't. The company is the cheapest I found to do inspections. So I've never hired a commercial inspection I've never hired a commercial asbestos removal. But it just seems high to me, but what are your lines of thinking, guys? Do we want to move on, or do we want to secure another bid? I didn't think about the bars around the windows and trying to mitigate all that and pull the asbestos out of there.
If you get another bid, you may be on somebody else's timeline again too. That would be a big bad thing.
And we do need to keep the project moving.
Because they
Maybe
might,
we might only save $1,000 too in the end. You know, might not be a huge savings.
and it sounds like Josh Dell did do it a little bit anyhow, so.
And Bushon is the one that he recommended this, that this is the one, so. Well, now, he did say he asked Bushon to see if another company would provide a quote without doing another inspection. Some won't, so we'd have to pay the price to do the inspection too.
Yeah,
Do we want to table it till next week? We'd still be within the 10 days with, and see what John comes up with. We'd still be within the 10 days of the scope.
you get tentative scope, but you're assuming that they get the other bid when they're gonna be on the schedule, when they'll show up to do it. You're gonna push, I'm not trying to
Yeah,
tell you what to do, but
No.
you're gonna push everything back farther and you're on a timeline.
right. I'm not taking it that way, Kevin.
That's the part, that's the only part I worry about the second bid is they're gonna show up another week to look at it, and then they're gonna think about if we could give you the bid, and then we can't get here for another month. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's all a possibility, in my opinion, what could happen. But if you want, I'm nothing against if you want to do it, but you need to realize that that could be what happens.
It could backfire on us.
For my thing is minimal savings too. I don't think it's gonna be a big difference.
I don't think it is either.
So,
Okay, I agree with you.
maybe you want to make a motion and to approve it?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed, say nay. Motion approved.
Okay.
Now, motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion approved. You're adjourned.
What company is it that's gonna do the asbestos